Has America gone crazy? My goodness, there's been so much going on just in the last week. Donald Trump was indicted on criminal charges. This is the first time in the history of our country that an ex-president has been indicted on criminal charges. Now, many believe it's just a political stunt, and maybe it is. Also, 2 Democratic legislators expelled by a Republican majority in the House of Representatives in Tennessee. Now, one of them has already been reinstated. The other one has a hearing coming up, and we'll see what happens with that. But the third thing I want to talk about is gun violence in America. There was just another mass shooting. This one happened to be in Louisville, Kentucky. So all of this within the last week. We're going to talk about it right now.
You're looking for trouble? You come to the right place. You're looking for trouble? Just look right in my face.
All right, so if you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel, and we're going to talk about some important things. I haven't posted recently. I've been really busy trying to make a living, but this channel is very important to me. We'll be talking about some very important topics. So let's get started and talk about the Donald Trump situation. So Donald Trump always says that it's a witch hunt, that it's politically motivated whenever he gets in trouble about anything. Now, this case, there is some indication that maybe that may be actually the case. The New York DA that indicted Donald Trump is said to have campaigned on the fact that he'll get Donald Trump if he's elected. So that sounds a little shady. But if Donald Trump did what they're saying he did, and it does rise to the level of a felony, shouldn't he be prosecuted just the same as anyone else would be? Former president or no former president. And of course, Donald Trump has a lot of other pending litigation, and we'll get into that. But this case surrounds the hush money payments to Stormy Daniels. And they're saying that he falsified financial records to cover it up. And there may have also been some campaign finance laws that he also violated in doing this. We don't know all of the details of that yet. It's going to be a long time before it all comes out, if it ever gets to trial, and we'll see. But Donald Trump, as I said, has a lot of other pending litigation. They're going to be coming after him regarding those documents, those classified documents that he held in his house. It's believed that he obstructed that investigation, that he manipulated things in a way that he was not straightforward, and he just didn't cooperate the way he should have with that investigation. So that's a big question right there, and we don't know when that's going to happen, if he's going to be indicted regarding this. But there's a good possibility that it could happen. In addition to that, there's the insurrection that happened on January the 6th. A lot of people think he's very much responsible for that. He said it on TV, to his supporters to go to the Capitol and fight like hell. And that's what they did. And now there's even a question in some people's minds as to, was that really an insurrection or was it not? Well, there's no doubt in my mind that it was an insurrection. We saw it with our own eyes. And then, so Fox News, Tucker Carlson came out with an edited version that made it look like wasn't really much going on there. Like they didn't break into the Capitol, like they didn't threaten the lives of people, like those Capitol police were not injured and terrified. Those people had weapons. Look, I get that a lot of people are big Trump supporters and he can do no wrong in your eyes. But come on, you have to draw the line somewhere. When a president incites his followers against the capital of our nation, that's kind of bad, okay? That's really bad, in my opinion. And Tucker Carlson, with his selective video clips, cannot cover that up. We saw with our own eyes them breaking out windows. We saw them marching down the halls of the Capitol shouting, "Hang Mike Pence," looking for Nancy Pelosi. We saw them pushing back the Capitol Police, who were very much overwhelmed. Here's the thing about that. If those had been black people, it would have been a bloodbath because they would have opened fire on them and killed a bunch of them. If the Million Man March that happened on Washington some years back, if they had decided we're going to go to the Capitol and break into the Capitol, it would have been a bloodbath. The police would have opened fire on them and they would have called in National Guards and everything else, and a lot of them would have been killed. There's no doubt in my mind about that, okay? So when a bunch of white people do it, and I don't want to turn this into a thing that's all about race, because it's way deeper than just being about race. It's really about being unpatriotic. It's more about supporting one man over supporting your country, your nation, America. And all of these people are people who claim to be patriotic. These are the same people who said Colin Kaepernick was disrespecting our flag, just because he took a knee during the national anthem. What he did, peaceful protesting, taking a knee, is nothing compared to what they did. That's just the truth. I don't care what side you're on. Here's the thing. The truth has become controversial in America today. And that's a really sad thing. I don't care what you stand for. If you stand for conservative values, if you stand for liberal values, I don't care what you stand for. If you're a Republican, if you're a Democrat, if you're independent, if it's wrong for a Democrat to do it, then it's wrong for a Republican to do it as well. If it's wrong for Joe Biden to do it, then it's wrong for Donald Trump to do it. If it's wrong for Obama to do it, then it's wrong for Donald Trump to do it. If you stand for something, then it doesn't matter who it is that goes against what your values are, then you'll still stand for it. If you don't do that, you're a total hypocrite, okay? You're a total hypocrite. If a white person can do it and it's fine, but a black person does it and you're all up in arms, you're a racist hypocrite, okay? That's just the truth. Again, I know the truth is very controversial, but that's why I'm called the Texas troublemaker, because I intend to tell the truth regardless of who is offended by the truth. If you're offended by the truth, too bad. Shame on you for being offended by the truth. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, but you are not entitled to your own facts. The facts are the facts, and the truth is the truth. Now, I know a lot of you out there are now looking at me and saying, just another liberal. And I'm not. I'm not at all. I've been a conservative my whole voting life since I first started to vote in my early 20s. I've been a conservative. I've been a registered Republican, although I do not identify with the current Republican Party anymore. So I'm kind of an orphan conservative because I don't have a party. I don't have a party that represents me. The Republican Party has lost its mind, and a lot of it is because of Donald Trump. But one man can't be to blame for something like that. They give him the power that he has because of their fear and because of their selfishness. When you see the Republican politicians rallying around Donald Trump, it's not because they love him so much and they think he's good for the country. They don't give a damn about the country. They only care about their own careers. And they do not want to be like Liz Cheney, okay? She stood up to him and she was voted out. They don't want that. They want their careers, and their careers are the most important thing to them. That's why they rally around Donald Trump, because they know he has a lot of supporters and they can't afford to offend Donald Trump's supporters, and they're cowards. That's why they rally around Donald Trump. But why does Donald Trump have so many supporters? Well, a lot of the reason is because Donald Trump says what he wants to say, does what he wants to do. And people kind of admire that about him. And that's kind of understandable. If he were an honorable man, those would be great qualities. If you're an honorable man and you say exactly what you want to say and you have no fear and you tell the truth, then that's a great quality, I think. But when you're telling lies that are obvious lies, some people seem to love being lied to as long as you're telling them what they want to hear. That's a shame. That's a crazy part of America. But that's America today. That's how it is right now. That's why I'm an orphaned conservative because I'm not a person who just goes along with political lines no matter what. If you're lying, if you're racist, if you're whatever, I'm just going to go along with you because I'm a Republican and that's what Republicans stand for. Well, if that's what Republicans stand for, then I'm not a Republican. Again, I'm an orphaned conservative at this point in my life. So when it comes to Donald Trump, all I want to say is to the Trump supporters, stand for truth, okay? Look for some facts. Don't just buy anything that Fox News tells you without any evidence, without any facts. A highly edited video that doesn't show what happened on January 6th is not facts. It's very, very easy to edit out what you don't want to show and just show what you want to show. You'd have to be an idiot to think that that's not an easy thing to do. That's simple. And they do that because they think you're simple. You're simple-minded and you'll buy it. And my goodness, so many of you are falling for that crap. Have higher standards for your leaders, okay? Have higher standards for your leaders. Don't just fall for anyone who's saying the things that you want to hear. And hold them to what they say. I made a video back during the election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton that's all about the values that a leader should have. I will put a link to that video in the description of this video, and I would love for you to go and watch that video. It is not any kind of partisan rhetoric. You know, it doesn't talk pro-Democrat, pro-Republican, pro-conservative, pro-liberal, any of that. It just talks about the qualities you should look for in a leader. Please go check that out. And next, we're going to talk about the 2 Democrats that were expelled from the House in Tennessee.